Is this Alicia? Who the heck do you think you are? I'm not going to let you get away with this. Pardon me? I'm sorry, but who are you? Brianna Moore. You're seeing Jonathan Moore, right? I'm his wife. Pardon me? Jonathan's wife? That's right. You're sleeping with my husband. That's adultery. You know what that means, right? Adultery? This is all a little sudden, isn't it? Jonathan is my husband. You're trying to steal a married man. Don't play dumb with me. I'm not trying to play dumb with you. But to accuse me of something like this so suddenly, I really don't understand. You must be pretty stupid then. Let me explain things to you one more time. You're dating Jonathan. I'm his wife. He's my husband. If you don't believe me, why don't you just ask Jonathan? Jonathan was quite surprised when I told him I knew too. But he came clean once I told him I knew. There was no denying it. I see. In fact, Jonathan just messaged me about this right now too. Of course. He told you his wife found out, didn't he? Yeah, that's what he said. So, you know what you've done, right? Well, that's what he said, but... Sleeping with another woman's husband? You're trying to take my man. So I'm going to get even with you. Get even with me? Before doing anything like that, I think you should know that I wasn't even seeing your husband like that. What? Don't give me that. Do you mean you've stopped sleeping with him? Surely you could come up with a better lie than that. We just started contacting each other recently. We've met up a number of times, but it was only as friends. I wouldn't say we were even dating. The agreement was to meet as friends first. Maybe he thought it was more than that, but... You've been contacting him through text messages, right? I've read through your whole chat history. It's pretty obvious to me that you two are cheating. I've read the proof. Don't try to deny it. Maybe he calls it seeing each other, but only in the literal sense of the word. Like I said, we've met up, but it was only to go out for a drink or to watch a movie. And I had no idea that he had a wife. I'm not interested in whether you thought he had a wife or not. You're lucky I haven't called my lawyer yet. You'd better be willing to pay me, though, or else I will take you to court. You know I could sue you for compensation money because of this. What? Sue me for compensation money? Of course. You slept with my husband. I can sue you for that. That's the risk you take when you knowingly sleep with someone who's married. You knew that, didn't you? You keep saying sleeping with, though. I told you I wasn't even dating him. And the fact that he was married, I had no idea. You can't prove that. And all those lovey-dovey messages you two were sending each other? It's obvious what you were doing. Lovey-dovey messages? That never happened. And besides, I met your husband from a dating app. It wasn't an app for meeting up or one-night stands either. It was on an app for people looking for marriage partners. So if a married man signs up for an app looking for people who want to get married, why would anyone assume they're already married? I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care about any of that anyway. You'd better pay me my money. After all, you slept with my husband. It's only obvious you'd have to pay compensation money if you did something like that. It affects more than just you. Think about how I feel about this. Regardless of that, your husband joined a dating app out of his own free will. He wrote that he was single and looking for a wife. That's the only reason I started contacting him in the first place. Anything that happens after that, I can't be held accountable for his actions. Stop trying to make excuses. I don't care what you say. Jonathan is a married man, and you started seeing him. You can't talk your way out of this. Jonathan has already confessed to it. You'll just have to accept it. He confessed to what? Meeting me and having a drink? Meeting me and watching a movie? That's all we've ever done. Did Jonathan say any more than that? Yes, he did. He said he cheated on me with you. He's admitted to it. So I'm gonna make you pay me compensation money. What you're saying is absurd. If you're not going to pay me now, then I'll just sue you and get the money from you in court. You're going to sue me. That's right. You're saying you're not going to pay me. That means you're trying to run from this. So I'll just take you to court instead. Just calm down a bit. I didn't sleep with Jonathan. And I didn't know he was married anyway. I've explained this, haven't I? Shut up. If you don't want me to sue you for this, you'd better just pay me directly. Are you threatening me? What? Threatening? Yeah, you're threatening me. You're trying to scare me into giving you money, aren't you? Threatening is a bit of an exaggeration. I have every right to get compensation money from you. I'm just requesting it from you. And I'm answering all of your questions about this. If you're saying that Jonathan is having an affair with me, when I know we've never done anything, what are you basing this on? It's obvious from your chat history. Give me an example of what I said that shows I'm sleeping with him. You were asking him things like what day and time you two should meet up. Things like that. Oh, so basic things that any two people would commonly ask each other. Shut up. Are you saying you're not going to pay me compensation money? You're saying you want me to take you to court. You want to pay all the lawyer fees on top of the compensation money. I'm serious about this. What do you mean you're serious about it? I'm not going to let a woman get away with this. Not for trying to steal my husband. I'll never forgive you. Not till I get what you owe me. Pay me. If you don't, I'll even call your company and tell everyone you work with what kind of person you are. So basically, you're threatening me, aren't you? Just shut up and pay me. Do you want to be sued? If you want to sue me, go ahead and sue me. Huh? So you're gonna be like this, huh? I know you work for a good company. Jonathan told me. So you want to get fired over all this? If you just pay me the compensation money, we could settle this out of court, and I wouldn't have to make trouble for you at your office. Well, if you're trying to do this, doesn't that mean Jonathan would get fired too? What? Jonathan get fired? What are you talking about? Well, if you think I can get fired for it, why wouldn't he? I know what you're doing here. You and Jonathan. You're both just trying to get money from me, aren't you? What do you mean? You told your husband to register for the dating app. I bet you told him if he finds a good woman with money, that he should try to have an affair with her. And you'd try to get compensation money from her for doing it. That's what's going on here, isn't it? That's not it at all. Jonathan went and had an affair on his own. I had nothing to do with it. And I'm not forgiving him either. And I'm definitely not forgiving you. I see what's going on. Okay, those messages you sent to me, the ones where you were threatening me to get me to pay you, I'm gonna go show them to the police and see what they have to say about it. What? The cops? Why? I told you we could settle this out of court. The fact that you're so eager to settle this out of court, it seems a bit too fishy for me. You guys are running a con here, aren't you? You're trying to get money. Your whole aim is to get compensation money from people. You're using the dating app to find potential victims, aren't you? We wouldn't do anything like that. Look, I don't know what you're talking about, so let's just get this matter settled outside of court. We can do this in cash, so let's start discussing an appropriate amount. You know you're in the wrong here, so just accept it and give in. I'm not giving in. I didn't sleep with your husband. That wasn't the reason I met with him in the first place. We've never gone that far. And yet you try to threaten me by telling me I did something that I know I didn't do? You guys are scaring me now with taking things this far. So I'm going to the police and filing a report. What? You're reporting me? Stop messing around. Filing a report is only going to be bad for you, isn't it? And I'm sure it's going to get you fired, too. What? My company won't fire me for something like this. Besides, none of this is my fault anyway. I've done nothing wrong. How can you be so sure of that? That's a stupid question. I I know if I've slept with someone or not. That's how I'm so sure of it. I know you're just trying to scam me. What? This isn't a scam. I thought everything was a little bit suspicious. Jonathan seemed a bit too pushy with everything. Luckily, I kept refusing to go any further than I did. Oh, and he kept wanting to take pictures of us together, too. Everywhere we went, he wanted to take pictures of it. And he tried to make sure I was in all of his selfies. If you read our messages, you'll see. He tried to make everything sound really intimate, no matter how small it was. And clearly, you could see my messages didn't have that tone at all. Not to mention, how often he messaged me for no reason whatsoever. Now that I think about it, it's obvious he was trying to make it look like we were more than we really were. I guess he was desperate to make it look like that. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Stop acting like this. Do you have any idea how I feel being cheated on? Honestly, I don't, but either way, I wasn't sleeping with your husband. So you've got nothing to worry about. Shut up. Just pay me my money. If you just pay me the money, we can end this all right here. I'll send Jonathan over to pick up the money from you tomorrow. Just pay me $1,000. That's pretty darn cheap for compensation money, don't you think? I wouldn't know about that. But I plan on going to the police about this anyway. If you keep messaging me trying to get me to pay, you'll just be wasting your time. I'm not doing anything until the police have looked into this. Why are you going to the police? I have every right to get compensation money from you. I'm only requesting that you pay me what I deserve. What right are you talking about? It's my right. Because you slept with my husband. I can sue you for that. I'm supposed to get money. I'm not doing anything wrong. You're supposed to pay me. I'm not threatening you. If I don't ask you to pay me the money, how else am I supposed to get you to pay it? Well, maybe if you had some proof? You could prove it to a lawyer or judge and get the money the legal way. But you're telling me that I slept with Jonathan when I know I didn't? And like I said, even if I had no idea he was married. So you wouldn't be awarded any money. I met him on a dating app for people looking for marriage partners, and he told me he wasn't married. So even if I had slept with him, you'd lose in court. And on top of that, I can prove everything I've said. You can't prove any of your outrageous claims. So I have no obligation to pay anyone any compensation money. What? Is that how it works? Yes. But I'm still gonna report this to the police, because I'm pretty sure you're trying to pull a scam right now. So, you'd better get ready for a police investigation. Wait, just hold on. I get it. I guess you legally don't have to pay me? I didn't know that. I misunderstood the law. Huh? It seems Jonathan feels really bad about what happened here, too. I guess I can forgive you this time. You didn't know he was married. I won't make you pay me anything. No, it's no problem. You don't have to apologize to me. You can explain everything to the police. What are you talking about? I told you I'm going to let this go. You don't have to pay me. I'm admitting I was wrong. Let's just be adults about this and let it go. It was just a big misunderstanding. This whole conversation is going to be proof of your threats and scheme to get money from me. So I'm just going to take it to the police and let them decide what they want to do. Please, don't do that. I told you the issue is resolved. You don't need to do anything rash. I understand I was wrong. You don't have to pay me. Let's just end it here. Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. You were obviously trying to pull a scam. I'm gonna report it to the police. It's the right thing to do. Why do you have to take it that far? I told you I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Well, you've already taken it this far with me. So there's a good chance you've done this before. You've probably threatened, scammed, and stole from other people in the past. I've never done anything like that. Please tell Jonathan not to use dating apps as ways to try to scam or hurt innocent people. Please, just wait. I'll tell Jonathan that. None of that has anything to do with me, though. It was all him. You've already told me your full name, and I have your contact info now that you've messaged me. So I'll be sure to give all of that to the police as well. And Jonathan's picture was clear on his profile, and I've already taken a screenshot of it. And where he states on his profile that he's unmarried and looking for a marriage partner. So the police should have no problem finding the correct guy and verifying your scam. I'm sorry for what we did. We'll never do anything like this again. So please don't go to the police. I'm begging you. I never wanted to do anything bad. You didn't want to do anything bad, yet you deliberately tried to scam someone? Oh, that's just scary. I'm so sorry. You can apologize all you want. At this point, I'm not going to let this go. You tried to scare someone into giving you money. So I'm afraid you're going to have to pay the consequences. You and your lovely husband. After that, Alicia went to the police and told them what happened. They advised her to file an official police report so they could investigate further and possibly charge the couple. After filing the report, the police started their investigation. They found out that Mr. and Mrs. Moore had done this same scam on a few other people. It turns out some of the people actually did end up paying them money. The police arrested Jonathan and Brianna Moore, and enough evidence was gathered to build a good case against the couple. After being taken to court for their crimes, the Moores were forced to pay back all the money they had taken from their other victims, as well as many additional fines for their actions. In the end, they ended up having to pay back a lot more money than they ever made from their scams. I guess it really shows that crime just doesn't pay.
Daniel, can you come home early tonight? I have something important to talk to you about.
Something important? I have a business dinner scheduled with my client tonight.
Can you not reschedule?
I will have to avoid that. I'm meeting a very important client. What is it about?
Should I tell you no? I don't think it's best for you to hear this during work.
You're scaring me now. Now I have to know, so yes.
Okay. Long story short, I want a divorce.
What, a divorce? Nice try, but April Fool's a little while ago.
I'm not joking. I want a divorce. We need to part ways.
Wait a second, did I do something? I don't get it.
I just don't want to live with you anymore. I don't want to drag on the life I dislike any longer, so I need to restart.
Trisha, what's going on? Did something happen?
No, nothing in particular. I just don't want to be with you anymore.
I'm asking what's making you feel that way. I don't understand. There was a decent reason you want a divorce, right?
To not want to be with you is not a good enough reason.
I'm asking why. What about Alice? Have you forgotten we have a daughter? You need to be clear.
A reason? Well, I can give you a couple. But I guess the biggest reason is that the life I live with you doesn't make me happy anymore. You work, you're nice. I think you're a good dad. But as a man, you're not attractive. I think you're boring.
Boring? You want a divorce because I'm boring?
I don't feel any joy when I'm with you. In fact, it stresses me when you're at home at the weekends. I don't want you around.
So you don't like me anymore?
I guess not. It's been 15 years since we got married. So perhaps it's inevitable that I don't have feelings for you anymore.
I still love you, Trisha.
Oh God, stop it. I don't even want you to say that to me anymore. It makes me sick. If we don't break it now, I'm gonna start to hate you. So it's better if we get a divorce sooner, before I start hating my daughter's father.
Isn't there something we can do to fix it? If you want me to change, I will. You know what? I'm canceling tonight's dinner. I'll come home, so let's talk it through, okay?
No, I don't need to talk about anything. My decision is made. I finally told you after thinking it through. I'm way past the phase of trying to fix things together.
Trisha, please! You have to give me a chance! I will do anything!
No, it's over. I'm done with you. As a kind gesture, I'm telling you this directly and not through a lawyer. The only thing left is for you to sign the divorce papers I've prepared, and to discuss Alice's custody, that's all.
How are you gonna explain to Alice?
She's in high school. She's old enough to choose who she wants to live with.
Wait, sorry, I'm still in disbelief. I don't get it.
Well, I can imagine it would be hard for you to accept. But you need to understand that my mind is set and that I don't have any feelings for you. We can't amend our relationship. So please sign the papers as soon as you can. That is the only thing I ask you. Daniel, how much longer do you need to sign those papers? I need you to move on.
I know.
If you know, then do it. We have decided what we need to. Alice made her choice to stay with me. Why is it taking you so long?
I hate the thought of not living with you two anymore.
You're being like a child now. I have already moved out of the house 2 days ago. Alice is getting ready to leave next week. Why can't you be a man and move on? Make up your mind already.
That's not fair. I never wanted a divorce in the first place. I want to keep living with my daughter.
Don't be such a baby. It's not like you're never seeing her again.
That's not the point.
Alice said she wants to start her new life with me. You better not do anything to make her think otherwise.
I won't. I will respect her decision. She was pretty clear that she wants to live with you. That she didn't want to live with me anymore.
Maybe Alice feels the same way I feel about you.
Am I that bad? So much so that my family doesn't want to be around me anymore?
See, this is what annoys me about you. You're being so indecisive and dragging this on. We have already agreed to get a divorce.
I may have agreed, but I still don't understand. You suddenly tell me you don't want to be with me anymore. It was an ambush from my perspective. You need to at least give me a reason I can understand.
Seriously? We have to go over this again? How many times have I told you that I don't have feelings for you anymore? That's all. It's my feelings. It's about me. So there is no point for you to try to understand.
I know. Patricia, I'm sorry. I know you've been out a lot the past couple of months. That was because you didn't want to be with me, wasn't it? Now that I look back, I see you were giving me hints. I wish I saw it sooner.
Well, I don't think I went out that much, did I?
Compared to before, yes you did. I thought that maybe you needed time away from the house. Now that Alice is in high school and you have a bit more time to yourself. But it was because of me, wasn't it?
Right. Yes, it was because of you.
I wish I realized sooner, before you lost your feelings for me. I'm sorry that our marriage didn't work out, and that I couldn't make you happy.
Well, I don't blame it all on you. There were things I could have done better too. So don't be so hard on yourself. Let's just move on with our lives.
It is a huge decision for me. But fine, I will sign. Would you like me to get them filed at the court as well?
Yes, if you can. Let me know once it's done.
Okay. Tricia, thank you for everything. Hey, Alice, sorry I couldn't pick up your call. I was in a meeting at work. What's up? Something happened?
Well, kind of. Are you almost done at work?
Yeah, I was getting ready to go soon.
Okay, good. I know this is a bit sudden, but can I come home to live with you again? Like, from today. I'm on my way to your office now.
What, on your way here? And you want to live with me? I thought you wanted to live with your mom.
Well, yeah. But I'm done with the revenge, so not anymore.
Revenge?
Yeah. I said I wanted to live with Mom only for revenge. The truth is, I want to live with you.
Sorry, I'm not following. Did you do something to Mom?
Kind of.
And we're sorry for putting you in the middle of everything, and we're sorry we decided to divorce out of the blue, but it wasn't just your mom who made the decision. I agreed in the end, too.
No, that's not why I wanted revenge. Hey, Dad, let me ask you before I go on. You were over Mom, right?
Well, yes. After all she said to me, let's just say I don't wish for us to start over.
Okay, that's good. Listen, this might be a surprise, but you need to know something.
Okay, what is it?
Mom wanted a divorce because she was having an affair.
What, an affair?
Yeah. You know she brought up divorce out of nowhere.
Yes, but she never mentioned anything about someone else.
Of course she wouldn't. She didn't want to make it look like she was at fault. It would only be a disadvantage for her if you found out. You trust her too much, Dad. Mom has been in an affair for the past year. I wish I didn't find out neither. But I accidentally saw her go into a motel with another man.
What? What were you doing near a motel?
I'm sorry. I once lied that I was staying at a friend's house. But we actually went to this gig that this band was playing.
I see.
I'm so sorry I lied, Dad. I thought you'd say no.
That's okay. So that's how you found out about Mom's affair.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? You could have talked to me.
I didn't have any proof. I know that you would have believed my story. But Mom is very careful of her tracks, so she could have talked her way out of it. I thought of telling you once you two were going through divorce. But you were so hurt, Dad. I felt horrible for you.
Oh, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I should have been there to listen.
No. Nothing is your fault, Dad. This is all on Mom.
It must have been hard for you to be with Mom all this time.
Yeah, but I feel better now. Now that I got my revenge. I think she'll contact you soon, asking to get back together.
What? Alice, what did you do?
Hey, I've arrived at your house now. I will give you the details later. I'll be outside of your building. Don't keep me waiting.
Hi, Daniel. How are you and Alice?
You're doing well.
Sorry about her moving back. I might not have been the best mom for these past months. I've been busy trying to find a job, so I haven't really been there for her.
You said she wants to live with me going forward. That's okay with you, right? You did say she's old enough to make her own decisions.
Yes, she already messaged me too. She said she can't live with me anymore. I didn't realize I was such a bad mom for her. She says to change legal custody too.
If that's what she wants, we should change it. Although we only have a few years left until she turns 18, but I will arrange the documents.
I've been thinking a lot since I moved out.
About what?
You know, if I should have stayed.
What do you say? Do you regret getting a divorce?
What if I say I do? Now that I'm on my own, I finally realize how much I've been dependent on you, Daniel. I thought I would be happy with Alice, but nothing seemed to go right. All I could think about was how great you were as a husband.
Just as Alice said.
What?
Your guy left you, didn't he?
Huh? What are you talking about? There is no guy. Stop playing with me.
Alice saw you going to a motel with another man.
She's so wrong. That was not me. I had never been to a motel with someone. You can't prove anything.
Yes, we can. Alice decided to live with you for a while so that she can collect evidence.
You're lying.
Nope. You were having an affair with your boss from your part-time job, weren't you? Better yet, he was married too. You broke off our marriage because he said that he wants to get a divorce to marry you. Then his wife found out and he dumped you instead, right?
No.
Which part am I wrong?
He fooled me. He said we'd be together. That's the only reason why I divorced you. But then he started saying his wife and kids are more important to him. It was a fraud.
Oh, so you think you're the victim? The truth is that you left me for another man. Do you think that makes me feel any better than before? No, it makes me feel worse.
I was an idiot. I let that guy talk me into betraying you. And now it has all come back to bite me. I'm so sorry, Daniel.
You don't have to apologize to me. It's all done and over with.
What? Do you mean you forgive me?
What do you think I am, stupid? No, I don't forgive you. I mean, you don't have to apologize to me verbally. Because I'm suing you.
Sue me? On what grounds? We settled our divorce. You can't ask me to pay you anything.
We will see about that. I've already hired a lawyer to look into this. You were not telling the truth when you made me sign those papers. So he thinks there's a good chance we can work something up. Let's sit tight and see, shall we?
Wait, I'm being sued by his wife too?
So what? You got your division of assets, pay from that.
But then I won't be able to live.
Then I advise you work.
I've only had a small part-time job since we married. It's impossible for me to find a decent job at this age. Daniel, I'm sorry. I'll never cheat on you again. I'll never betray you, so please take me back. Give me another chance.
No way. You said you thought it through. You said your mind was made up.
I finally see that you're the most important to me.
Well, moments ago, you were head over heels about your boss. And now that he's done with you, You want me to take you back? You got some strong nerves.
Please forgive me. I should have realized how lucky I was to have a kind husband like you. I will never hurt you again. I will spend the rest of my life only for my family.
Nah, you can live however you want. If you stay with a boring guy like me, you might just change your mind again. And also, Alice has not forgiven you either. She may be older now, but she still is a child. Do you realize how shocked she was when she saw you two?
I will apologize to her. Can we please get back together if she forgives me? Please.
That's not possible. She is sitting next to me right now, watching us send in these messages. And she says she never wants to hear from you again.
I'm sorry. I was wrong about everything. I'm sorry for having an affair, and I'm sorry for ambushing you to a divorce. Please forgive me.
It's too late. Way too late. You're the one who told me not to be such a baby. And you said, let's just move on with our lives, right? Afterwards, my lawyer found a way to sue my ex-wife and her boss. I knew by suing her boss, there was a possibility of him and his wife getting a divorce too. But I heard they chose to stay together because their children were still very young. In the end, Trisha lost the majority of her division of assets to pay me and his wife for her wrongdoing. Trisha, broke, tried to get help from her own parents. But Alice had already told him what happened. Furious, they didn't let Trisha set foot in their home. I don't know where she is now, but I haven't been contacted by authorities or anything, so I'm pretty sure she is alive. I wanted to sue her for child support, but I haven't been able to because her whereabouts are unknown. After what we went through, I'm living happily with my daughter. Although it's just the two of us, we haven't had any problem from not having Trisha around. We have been managing well. We bought several new appliances to make up for the lost manpower, and it's been working great. By the way, in case you were wondering what my daughter did to get revenge, she found proof that the two were having an affair and shared it with his wife. She seemed satisfied that she got what she needed to get. But after seeing all the evidence she collected, I felt horrible to have made my daughter do such things. I was completely useless from the shock of the divorce back then. If I had been stronger and smarter, perhaps I could have taken the hard role she took on. When I heard the details of her revenge, I felt so horrible that I could not help but cry from regret. She always acts cool, but deep down I know she is very hurt. So my top priority now is to provide her a safe home full of love. Alice being a teenage girl, it's hard not to be an embarrassing dad, but I will do whatever it takes to keep a smile on her face and show her that love without betrayal exists in this world.